Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mics are hot. You got to watch that.
That's a fact. Can't
Get
cool it
yourself in
off.
trouble out here. None of my business. I like the shirt.
Hey, man, I appreciate you.
This is a landmark episode, huh?
Yeah, man. It's a quarter.
Let me focus on these bars. I just wrote them.
Oh, yeah?
I hope I get through it.
Let's see.
You believe in me?
Always,
Okay,
bro.
what about you, Rashad? No? Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Look. Dope boy, I'm a cool cat. I found my swagger, can't lose that. All type of drama, been through that. Keep going forward, can't move back. You are looking at a change, man. Me and CT got a game plan. I'm sick and tired of all these reboots. I am not watching Space Jam. Please get out my face, man. I don't really want to hear it. We the best out, period. Look, Eddie Murphy, I'm delirious. The styles I got furious. In the kitchen, make the fish burn. How to waited long enough, nigga. This is Dope Boy, this is his turn. This is episode 25. Fireworks like the 4th of July. You say you hot like us, but you lie. Transform like a butterfly. Listen, we are not the mother guys. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It's real talk, mix with jokes with it. Get high like you smoke with it. I'm the type to have a scheme with it. He the type to have a dream with it. New nickname alert with it. Clayton Luther King with it. This another fire verse for me. You can hate it, but it works for me. Episode 25, this is Justice League anniversary. Justice League, just the cut it off.
Nice, man.
Wow, man, I feel like I've been setting the bar too high, and now I'm literally nervous when I'm writing these bars.
That's unfortunate.
It's just too high up there, man.
You set the bar too high.
Hey, man, Popeyes and Blutos. I was like, Nutters is gonna top Popeyes and Blutos.
I mean, it could have, but you know.
Nah, man, it was one of those days, man. How you feeling? How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I'm feeling good. Feeling incredible. How are you feeling?
Hey, man, before we move any further, I am Doughboy. Who are you?
It's the boy CT, man.
And what is this?
In the building. Just Us League podcast, episode 25.
It's a big thing, man. It's a milestone, man. They say, most people, if you really, really love it and you really want to be successful in this podcast space, you got to do 100 of these.
Hey, I'm not opposed to it.
We are 25% of the way done, man. Yeah. And I'm feeling really great about it. We're going to talk more about the 25% thing. But how was your week? How was your week thus far?
Very productive, man. In case anybody's wondering, hit the link in the bio, bro. Go to the store. But the week has been productive, man. I did a shoot day today. You did a shoot day today.
Tell me about it.
Separately. I shot a lot of sketches today. Shot a lot of sketches Thursday as well.
I didn't get a call for either one of those, but I'm not going to take it personal.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't, man. Because for me, I haven't done sketches in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing the reaction videos, which people love.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, you know what? I want to do some sketches. You know what I mean? Get back into that space. Plus, the YouTube rhythm seems to react a lot differently to sketch.
Mm-hmm.
And the reaction videos, but it's like I'm like let me give them a little bit of both. The podcast came this week. It was dope. People are showing nothing but
love, man.
Can't
people have been calling it their favorite. It's really flattering, and you know what I'm saying. I love the energy that they're giving us.
Huge shout out Jazzy Bussa Hall, who made the beat for the Just Us League podcast. Jazzy Bussa Hall, so my guy, he's a member of Team CT.
Yes,
made the beat. Love that guy. You kill it every week on his beat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a lot of positivity been going into the comments. They've been showing so much love. I want to shout out to the working man and the working woman, 9 to 5.
Okay.
Y'all rocking with us, telling us how much we help you through your work day. Listen to the show.
Yo, true story. This happened today.
Okay.
No lie, because you said, like we said, I was shooting today as well. Shout out, to the people I was shooting with. I was shooting with Jenny Babbis.
Jenny.
You know what I'm saying? It was a great little shoot. Everything was good. I was shooting a music video for a song called Quarantine Shorty. That's the whole thing. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was I was walking, and I was actually walking to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, as I'm walking to her car, a car pulls up, like, because you know how my house is, right? You know what I'm saying? They pull up, like, you know what I'm saying, in the lane. They're like, Doughboy. And I'm like, I turn and I look. It was like, hey, bro, I'm literally listening to your podcast right now. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, hey, man, keep doing your thing. I love what you're doing. And he was like, Team CT. So he's apparently Team CT. I didn't get his name, and then he drove off into the sunset. I was just like, that was
crazy.
Scary and cool at the same time. The same time.
I thought you were going to say when he was like, Doughboy. Yeah, that's me.
I was just like, it was just wild and then he just randomly showed love for the podcast. So
yeah, man, it's a lovable show, bro.
It is. We're genuinely good friends.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's not fake. It's not artificial. I think we almost get into it on our text this week. It felt a little pretentious.
The beginning, yeah. But here's the thing. What I've learned is, man, we just gotta talk. Whenever I see you send a long one, I'm like, nah, man. Well, let's talk.
What was it about? Wait, hold on. Let me go back and look.
Don't read the whole thing.
We gotta read the whole thing, but I just want to see what it was for. Hold on 1 second. Because was it between me, you, and Tony?
No. No, this was the link, the show. This was just me and you.
Oh, that's what it was about.
So
it was
speaking
about
of which, okay. So those of you guys who don't know, we've had a few engineers here.
Yes.
So we've had Swole Cole was the first one.
Yeah.
Which I told you not to get attached to him
And
off
apparently,
top.
yeah.
And you did anyway.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Okay?
Now he's really gone. That's not even a joke no more.
Not our fault. It's not. He literally quit.
Yeah.
Not because of us.
Right.
But
he had some other things going on.
Some other things, and we love him. But we had Swole Cole and like 3 other cats before we got to Rashad. Right? Rashad is who we have today.
Didn't know how Rashad was going to pan out. At first, I thought he didn't like me much.
Very quiet guy.
Yeah. Takes a minute to warm up. But once I brought some, I think with some cherries or some grapes, he's been, best buds.
So you think the weights was hardest through the cherries. Anyway. So we have Rashad, and Rashad was the best off top. Like he sent us the show literally an hour or 2 after we did the show, right?
Right.
Other engineers have not.
Yeah.
Right. So we find out today that Rashad is leaving.
He got greener pastures.
He's got better opportunity. He's gone. Cole's gone. Now we have no dog in the fight.
What are we going to do? We got to figure something out, man.
We going to have to switch locations.
We have, because, I mean, look, Rashad be giving us the sauce. Because even though he's a man of few words, he'll give you a head nod here and there, and you know what I'm saying? And you'll know that you are doing the right thing.
This is crazy that he's gone, bro.
We got to figure it out. But yeah, me and you had almost got into it because of the link.
So, okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So, Doughboy... So they send the link. So every week we book the studio to do the show.
Right.
Afterwards, they send the links to they upload it to my Vimeo so I could drop it straight to the Patreon. And then separately, they send us an email with the MP4, which is the video, and the MP3, which is the audio for all the audio listeners, all the truck drivers, all the people who be working out and
that
be
just
at work.
Listen to
that
it.
Just
they
listen.
don't want to see it. They don't want to see our pretty faces.
Or might not be able to. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they sent all of that in the email. And they also upload it to the Vimeo.
Those be time sensitive though.
No.
Because sometimes when you go there, it's like, yo, it was timed out. Bang, 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 bang.
Okay. Now with that, you've had a history.
Right, of going and taking too long.
No, not just that.
to download it. I have a propensity to not do it all the time.
You have a propensity as you use.
I know that I use that right. Because I know that there was another word you said I wasn't using right.
You said consummate, and I said it's consummate.
No, it's consummate.
It's consummate.
No,
professional.
No, you're saying consummate. That's like a vowel and a consummate. That's what you're saying.
No. Let's
It's consummate, bro.
Christ.
Why do you do this with me?
If I'm wrong,
I'm nice with the wordplay. I said that last verse when you were impressed when I was rapping.
Would you like to also pick?
Man.
Like I'm not impressed today.
I didn't really feel it. I was just like,
you
man,
were feeling it.
I feel like if you were a record exec, you wouldn't have signed me. Thought you'd have been like, hey man, we'll call you, man. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Hey brother, I represent Rap-A-Lot Records. And remember the early 2000s where record labels had the easiest name.
They really
did.
did.
Hey, I represent Records Be Making.
Records Be Making. Yeah. Rap-A-Lot. Def Jam.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's Def.
Bad
and
Boy.
It's so simple.
It was very, very simple. Okay, it's consummate. Let me look this up. Because you ain't finna be just on here.
Now, I looked it up.
Consummate. Professional. Consummate.
I also typed in consummate professional.
Professional. Hold on 1 second.
Did you say professional?
Hold on 1 second. Consonant professional.
It's definitely not consonant. That's a different word altogether.
Did you mean consummate? What do you mean did I mean? Okay.
No, look at that.
Okay. Man, who asked you anyway? All right, you might be right this time. All right, man, you got it. Man, move on to your next point.
You know what I hate about that? Because you're wrong. Yeah, forget that. Yeah. Get your little funky $20.
Moving right along.
You know
oh, before we move any further, new nickname alert.
Let's hear it.
New nickname alert. I already know how this is going to turn. Rashad, you might want to tune in for this.
Let's
you ready?
Hear it.
Donny, Donny, Donny.
That is the dumbest one of all time. Donny, Donny, Why do they call you Donny, Donny, Donny?
Because it's our 25th anniversary. I knew I just had to. It had to work on this. It was the only time.
It's so dumb.
That's all I had. I was like, this is all I got. If you don't go with
And
this.
you sang it, bro.
That was the only thing that was going to sell it. Listen, we have a small caveat
Okay.
with the new nickname alerts.
Oh,
now we gotta talk about this and
Okay.
donation and Team CT. We got to talk about this.
Let's talk.
Okay, now you know when the new nickname started. They started years ago. I would just make random,
Yeah.
but they weren't necessarily dough prevalent.
Yeah.
Remember Shampoo Shuttlesworth?
I
Why?
loved
Because
it.
I get rid of the flakes.
Yeah, I loved
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So I kind of feel like we've rung the bell on the old heavies. Like they're just.
Oh, you've run out.
They're getting harder. It's like, nigga, it ain't that many. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for so. We have one of two choices, guys. Okay. One, we can retire it
No.
at the 25th
No.
and just say, hey, it was a good run.
No.
Or we can keep going, but we can open it up and not tie me to the old heavy. I can't, nigga. I be staying up at night pulling my hair out like, nigga.
You have to tie
You know
it to
how
the
hard
bell.
it was to come up with Dothello and you were less than impressed? Like, you didn't even
Dothello.
know? I'm like, this nigga don't even know French literature. The hell is this nigga?
French
Bro, I can't be up all night. You ain't knowing this?
Listen, man. No. No to stopping it. Two, I can't. This is why you should read the comments, bro. Just off of last week's episode alone, or I should say this week's episode alone, I was seeing people tag up the Dwayne Johnson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't know. We might make it to episode 36. That's a big bite.
There's so many names.
Okay.
Now, what do you mean? Don't tie it to the dough. Like, what's the
because
other?
I'm just saying, because it's what I'm saying is I can start to do other nicknames.
Like what?
But they don't have to. I don't know. But
Oh, you mean like
don't
a
have
Shampoo
to-
Shuttlesworth type
exactly.
thing.
It could
Got
be that.
you.
It just wouldn't have to be under the dough premise because I'm running out of
Are you ready for this?
Oh shit! What's that?
First of all, major props for you coming up with 25 of them.
And I ended with Dodie.
Oh,
What type of idiot am I?
what a way to crash. But why don't you do a regular couple of nicknames for the next couple of episodes?
Just to cool off a little bit.
Just to see what comes to your mind.
Get the creative juices back flowing.
But it's a lot more pressure because these names got to be very random.
Nigga, I'm
Shampoo
just.
Shuttlesworth was. Mwah.
It's okay. That's what I'll do. So how about just for the next few episodes, I'll just go with what I can do, and then we'll bring it back to the O's.
Hey, don't force yourself. Let's
Man,
just
it'd
see
be
how it
tough,
goes.
man. I've been in the shower, fully clothed, like
Man,
with a
you
notebook.
had- what's saved in my phone for your name is Doughboy DiBiase because that is hilarious.
Exactly. But that really wasn't a play. That was just dope. That was just the
Doughboy Bam.
DB. Exactly. So
Yeah.
we'll figure something out. But I had to run back.
You know Fu.
Yeah.
Fu
shout
Quan
out to
Johnson, hilarious. My bad, Fu on IG. Love this guy. He's family, obviously. He used to, a name like Fu
Uh-huh.
is so random as a nickname.
It really is.
One of his first nicknames, he's like, yo, they call me Fu Hefner. I'm like,
I love
What?
that.
and this was before we met Boo Hefner, right?
Uh-huh.
He's like, they call me Fu Hefner. They call me Fugatti. And I'm like,
Fool got it. See?
but that's what I'm saying.
But then
so I get what you're
Or
saying.
you can start to, you can get in on the new nickname alerts too. CT Kingsley. I'm just saying, it's a new nickname.
Speaking of BT, though,
Do you hear what they saying in the streets?
what are they saying in the streets?
Wait, no, you say what you're going to say first.
Okay.
You go first.
No, I want to hear yours now.
No, you go first. 'Cause I want to see if you're going to say it.
You hang up. All right. BT got that Coco 19. which let me tell you something, was hilarious because I knew he was doing good until he called me like, hey, bro, I need you to take me to the hospital. I'm like,
Really?
I took him to the hospital. But here's what I love about BT. Very considerate.
Wait, so you took him when you knew he had the cocoa?
Yeah.
You're a good friend.
What am I supposed to do? Say no?
Nigga, Uber. I'm just, what is the point of me? Go risk this with a nigga you don't know. I got things to, but no, I mean that in an unselfish place. I mean this from an unselfish place. If I had it, I wouldn't want you to take me.
Let me tell you how he came up with the solution and why he's considerate.
Okay.
So BT Kingsley hits me. He had been posted. First of all, this is why I'm annoyed at BT.
Okay.
BT gets that cocoa. And he
You call it that cocoa is the best thing ever. He got that cocoa.
He got that cocoa.
He in love with that cocoa.
He's in love with cocoa. BT get that cocoa. He makes all of these posts on Instagram and Facebook like, hey, Infinite Rain clothing. Get that right now. So what I can't smell. I can smell the fact that I got deals on the site, right? Infinite Rain clothing. Go there, get the shirt. So I'm like, all right, he good. I ain't tripping.
Right.
Then he says, hey man, I need you to take me to the hospital. But, because you know I got a truck.
All right.
He's like, but let me ride in the cab so I don't come in contact with you. And I was like, that's pretty considerate.
You put him in a cab in a truck?
Yes.
Am I the only person who thinks?
I let that gate down. I pulled up.
What is he, a sick dog?
Hey.
Put Rover in the back.
Here's what I felt bad about.
You ain't shit.
What?
I'm mad. I don't know what's worse, him is suggesting it or you not talking him out of it.
I was like, that's a good idea.
You know he was expecting you. You know he had the next sentence in his mind. He was like, "Hey man, I could ride in the back of the cab. I know you probably don't. Oh, I can't.
Oh, you with it, bro?
You ain't citizen for it.
I pulled up because truly,
you pulled up in the hazmat suit,
bro,
the
no
all
contact.
yellow.
So I'm riding. I'm driving. I get to BT. I let the gate down before I got to him. Right?
And then you ran back into safety.
I let the gate down. He got in like a dog. And I was like, damn, look at my boy, because he really looked bad, right?
Uh-huh.
So he gets in the cab, and I'm like, all right, I can't drive like I normally drive. I got to be
killed
careful.
this nigga.
So I got the hazards on. I'm 10 and 2 in it. You feel me? And I'm riding. And I felt bad every time I had to make a turn because I know when you in the back, it's like.
And he already got that cocoa, so he's probably not feeling like himself.
He got that cocoa. So I take him to the hospital. This is what pisses me off about the particular hospital we were at.
Uh-huh.
I take him to the hospital. He texts me before we get there. He's like, hey, for the dramatics, tell him I need a wheelchair and some oxygen. And I was like,
For the dramatics.
this don't sound like dramatics. Seems like you really need a wheelchair and some oxygen.
Can you breathe, nigga?
So we get there, and I'm thinking like the movies. Like when you hit the horn,
Somebody
you say,
gonna come out?
somebody come help me. They don't do that.
Oh no, they like put you. They like get in the wheelbarrow and sit down over there.
Bro, I pulled up. I'm honking the horn like 10 times. Nobody's moving, right? I'm like, okay, let me go inside, right? I go inside. The first entrance, which is directly in front of me, security guard right there. I'm like, hey, it's an emergency outside. He's like, yeah, the emergency's right there. I was like, can you call somebody?
Got the cocoa, nigga.
Got the cocoa. I leave out of there. I go into the emergency part. I don't have a mask on. I open the door. I'm like, hey, it's an emergency out here. It's a patient. He's filling out paperwork. Like, I'm like, could you tell the lady, what's up, man? Oh, somebody over there.
They'll get to you in a minute.
Long story short, 5 minutes later, this orderly, well, I can't even say orderly, this male nurse comes out and he just on the phone. I'm like, hey, my man, can you help him? He's like, oh, yeah,
So you done found you a nigga to get
Nobody was helping him.
Really?
So they helped him. They got him in the chair. They took him inside. I checked on him. He's doing, he said he's feeling 80% better.
When did you drop him off? This was recently?
This was yesterday.
Wow. So he's still there?
Yeah.
Man, this is really a thing.
Yeah, man. That cocoa real. Now, speaking of which,
Okay.
the mandate says, they just made the announcement, they want people in LA to go back to wearing masks tomorrow.
Man.
How you feel?
Fuck that. Yeah, man. And they said regardless of your vaccination.
If you got a vaccine or no.
And now, because Kiara's supposed to go on a cruise to Jamaica in the first week.
What?
Yeah, she living her best life.
Have you ever been to Jamaica?
No. No, she's supposed to be going with her uncle and them, and she's supposed to go, but they're requiring that you be vaccinated. And I don't know if they being cool like people, because people in the streets are just like, nigga, just say you did. So I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I might have to tell her she can't go to that. But apparently they're gonna have to make us put the mask back on whether you are vaccinated or not. And they said it's been a boom in the spike, because now like I'm starting to feel like everybody we know, there's a bunch of comedians getting it now. Like I'm like, damn, everybody's really casting it. I don't know. I guess for the longest time I thought it was just like a rumor, or I thought that I had it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds ignorant to say it's a rumor, but when it doesn't hit you so close to home, you're just like, okay, this was going to pass. And then you start to like see people be back outside. Like, I'm starting to be like, yeah, like life is finally back to normal. And now they're about to put us back.
It did feel like we had returned to some type of normalcy for a nice season. It's like the beginning of summer, we like, oh, we back. We could party. We could go back places. We could go do shows. Detroit, August 13th through the 15th. I'm coming back home, bringing Doughboy with me.
Yeah.
You know, go to funnydetroit.com, see if they got the ticket link up. But other than that, we're thinking we back.
Right.
And now they're like the mask thing. I'll tell you like this, man. I even threw out them saying that we could go places and not wear the mask. I was still at the crib and I order everything offline that I need. I don't really have to go anywhere.
Right.
I'm not doing it, man.
This is my overall.
I'm just gonna stay to myself is what I'm saying.
This is my overall question. Do we ever go back to normal at this point? Because this is, you know, when this first happened, you know, I remember being one of the first people that was like, yo, this seems a little bit more serious than people are letting on. And then nobody thought, when you know, when they was like, oh, they're probably gonna shut the world down for a month, 2 months, everybody was like, there's no way. We went a whole year and some change later. And now I'm like, bro, if they put us back on this, like you know, and this is like, you know, Kiara was finally excited to be going back to school because, you know,
everybody was.
Her whole school year, her whole high school experience has been interrupted.
Oh, good point.
Because she started high school September 2019. By March 2020, she's at home.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? She hasn't been back to a regular school yet.
Yeah.
It's July 2021.
Yeah.
If they put us back on masks and if they take the kids back out of school, she's going to be a junior. Still not doing. I just feel like this is just so. I'm starting to officially get nervous. Like, man, maybe this is just really finna be like our new normal, and this is just. We're going to have to get used to it. And I'm kind of sad. Like,
here's the thing, though. When it comes to the incentive for people to get the vaccine initially was like, oh, I don't have to wear a mask. Great. Now you take that away. You're kind of taking away the incentive for a lot of people who haven't been vaccinated to want to go do that.
And you can still get it if you get the vaccine. And there's a bunch of new like ailments like that. Like you can die from it, from getting it too.
Well, you could die from before, but you're talking about variants.
No,
like,
I'm saying
the
you can die from the vaccine.
Well, yeah.
And there's a bunch of others. I don't know, man. It's just a scary time. Are you finna go back outside though? With the mask?
No, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm just gonna stay in the crib, bro.
Damn it, man. Summer was just back.
Summer was pop.
I was just getting this summer body back.
I heard about that.
All right, man. Oh, so do we have any CTWs? Were you able to look through?
You know what? Let me do it live, bro. Because
I feel like you just been forgetting the last couple weeks.
Here's the thing. This is what people don't realize. We just did this show
a couple of days ago. You're right.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start on your page, right? So, oh nice, it's got it's doing this thing. So, I love that they said this is the first thing that I want you to know. Where is it? Bam, paused.
Okay, I'm gonna pick one too.
Good. Okay. So Fly Emirates sponsor several soccer teams. Doe is actually wearing a Real Madrid team jersey, for the record. So I was right.
That's why you.
Here's another one. They call me Dwayne Johnson because I'm a rock her bottom. That was fire. That's from Everett Calhoun. The first one was from Reggie Reg. I'm going to read another one from the donation.
I got one.
Okay, this is from your page?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
I got one from Tabrika Rents. She says, I absolutely love this podcast. Doughboy and CT's chemistry is so organic. The energy is real. Love seeing Doughboy release his comedic talent and enjoy CT's stealthy punchlines and hilarious advice. Keep this podcast going.
Appreciate
stealthy?
Because they be under the radar. I appreciate her catching them.
I like the word play of stealthy.
I'll tell you something, brother. I'm not just dropping these gems. These jokes be on fire. Anybody who be listening.
You're one of my favorites.
Samantha Williams. Though your freestyles are better every day. And CT, you know you're a treasure. This is the podcast you never knew you needed. Much love to y'all. Now let me go to, that was Samantha Williams. Let me go to Team CT's page, man. You know what I'm talking
While
about?
you do that, I'm going to read one more.
Cool.
Gift of God 24 first says, man, y'all chemistry together is literally getting better every episode, Every episode. Low-key be sad when y'all start wrapping up the episode. I'll be like, already? Not realizing I've been watching for an hour. Never feels like it, though. The way y'all feed off each other and the different viewpoints on topics, not to mention the humor and laughter y'all bring to it, keeps me entertained. Keep doing y'all thing. I hope we can get up to at least episode 200 one day. Much love all the way from the Bronx.
Wow.
That's the boogie down, but that's why they be boogieing down. You understand that?
Hey. You understand that? Let me see. Oh, look at this. John DeBruh.
DeBruh?
We've read one of his comments before because I remember that name. John DeBruh.
Okay.
Love this. Doughboy showing growth and crazy flows, and CT letting people know he's not to be disrespected while also dropping gems. My favorite podcast episode yet. Keep it up. Just Us League.
Come on, man. We are out here.
That's crazy. You didn't pick any of mine. All right, so here's the thing.
You want me to pick one of yours?
No, because I don't want it. Now I feel like, hey, you didn't say nothing about my shirt. That was what I read. It was like, hey, CT gave Doughboy a compliment without him asking. I was like, thank you, Doughboy, man.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Backwards to forward, bro.
Uh-oh.
T-Pain, you're a music guy.
Yeah.
We love T-Pain here.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I watched your pilot, The Studio,
Yes.
on YouTube a couple days ago. T-Pain was in it.
He was.
Did not know that.
Super cool dude. Oh, you didn't know you was in it? He was in it before you watched it?
No.
He's a super cool guy, man.
Here's my thing. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about The Studio.
Okay.
First of all, great concept for a show.
Okay.
I want to know the story behind the J-Mac casting because that was good casting.
Okay.
But he was also so disrespectful in your insults to Teddy Ray. I'm like, y'all are friends.
No, he definitely brought the fire. He definitely brought the fire with it. Shout out to J-Mac, man. He's a dude that I've been, rocking with ever since. I was a fan of his. He was one of those dudes I was a fan of his before I met him.
Yeah.
So, I was always a fan of like the Blood Cuz character. And so, just getting him, and he was actually like a last minute addition because we had some casting switches at the end. And I remember we like called him in a pinch, and he was just like, he moved everything around from his couch. He's like, Doughboy, whenever you call, I got you. So he was super solid.
Who's the original?
Huh?
Who's the original call?
You really want to know?
Of course.
DC Young Fly.
What?
DC Young Fly was originally supposed to play that character.
Yeah.
And then so he was supposed to play the character, and he was like locked in, and we had him and everything was good. And then something shifted because All Def was going to do it at the time. And then it shifted over to YouTube Red. And then when YouTube Red got it, there was like a lot of time in between it.
His schedule changed.
Exactly. So then by the time we circled back, you know what I'm saying? So it was different. Like it was casted differently before. Initially, Tahiri was supposed to be in the show as well.
She was supposed to be the girl.
Yes. And then so there were other castings, you know what I'm saying, that was supposed to happen.
Wait, stop. So J-Mac killed it.
Right.
J-Mac, to tag on to your story about him. I love J-Mac. I knew J-Mac before any of the internet stuff. I used to do a show in Oxnard monthly with Alanette and Chanel, their sisters. They're from Oxnard. It was a dope show once a month. It used to be at this spot called Ruby's Cafe or something. And let me tell you something. I say that for a reason. Ruby's Cafe in Oxnard. Alanette was like, so Alanette handled the booking, right? Okay. And she's like, so listen, CT, this week we're going to have J-Mac. And I was like, who's that? You know what I mean? Right. And not disrespectful.
Like, you didn't know who he was.
She said it as if he was CT or something. I was like, who's J-Mac? Let me tell you who J-Mac is. J-Mac is the king of Oxnard. Oh yeah. When I tell you,
and he's nice with them hands. He be boxing too.
Oh, J-Mac.
He's nice.
I don't want to say his height. What is he, like 5'4"? 4. But
of dynamite.
He's sizey.
Absolutely.
So J-Mac comes in. Couldn't have been nicer, right? Couldn't have been funnier. The audience is packed. I don't know why yet. doing the show. They laugh, and it's a great audience. And then I hear somebody in the back. I'm like, all right, we about to bring up our next comedian. Is it J Mac? Actually, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Oxnard's own. I don't even get to finish this.
Oh, yeah.
J Mac comes on stage.
Energy.
He can do no wrong.
Oh, yeah.
He kills it. After he comes off, he's just he has the stardust on him before anything. So then he makes Blood Cuss. Now the world knows him. And it was
he was doing
great.
millions. This is back when it was so difficult to do millions of views, and he was doing it like on a regular basis. So
great guy, man.
And yeah, and even when when he came and did that for us, man, he killed it. And I'm telling so Tahiri was supposed to be on the show too, and KJ was supposed to be on the show as well.
KJ Smith, who's on Sisters.
Yeah, so that show was
Tyler
supposed to
Perry.
be, you know what I'm saying? That show was supposed to be different, like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, and even though like I love the version that, that came out, like, as a writer, like, you know what I'm saying, when so many things change. So it's so different than what it was. But, T-Pain, he was just so cool because I had worked with him on a different show called Traffic Jams.
T-Pain's funny.
He's just a super cool guy, man.
People don't know, just like everybody says, there are so many artists that for one thing that are great otherwise. T.I. is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
People are knowing now because of the All Def stuff. But T-Pain is funny. He's been funny since a lot of times when you look at those old music videos, when he would do like a sketch before the song, he's a funny dude.
Absolutely.
So I see him in the studio, he's killing it. T-Pain just went on a rant about music.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
So he went off and should I just play the of what he said?
You know what? Play it.
Yeah, we'll play it. Hold on one second. So because I just want people to hear his. Oh wait, hold on one second. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's coming.
This. Okay, here we go.
That's already doing all the music you want. Do something else. Do something else. That's it. That's all we want. Do something else.
Okay, so he was pretty passionate
Yes.
about this. How did you take his rant?
Bro, it's real. It's like, here's the thing. When you hear the term mumble rap, like this is the mumble rap generation,
Right.
that wasn't meant to literally give it a name. That was meant for them to stop mumbling. And it's like when you see these new artists come out and they're all doing the same thing that their predecessor did, it's because that's all that they saw, they were inspired by.
Right.
But it's like, you didn't get it. Oh man, this is the perfect example for what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
When I started doing stand-up, right? This is like 2005, and I got on stage because I had seen another comedian do jokes like this when it was a small crowd.
Okay.
People like, man, what did they hand y'all one flyer and say pass it around? what did they promote this on the freeway? It's a comedy show. Comedy show. Right? And I was like, that's hilarious. And this is literally why you hate being a new comedian, because you soak up everything.
Right.
You begin stealing.
Inadvertently,
Because you just don't know. It's a difference between being new and not knowing.
Right.
And you 20 years in. Oh, I didn't know. You knew.
you knew exactly.
You
what
watched
you were
him be
doing,
born
nigga.
in comedy. But I had done like a stock joke like that. And comedian C Sharp came to me. And comedians in Detroit had a lot of stage names when I started. So
C sharp, I'm like, nigga, ain't that a chord? It's a harmonic chord.
C Sharp, Chris Sharp is amazing. He's
right.
the homie, man. He came up to me, man, and he was like, what was that? And I was like, what was what? Because after I did that joke, I was funny.
Right.
He's like, you doing stock jokes? When did you start doing stock jokes? And I was like, well, everybody doing stock jokes. He was like,
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's
right?
having a good time.
Everybody, we're out here, right? And he was like, did you get into this game to be like everybody else? Or did you get into this game to be you and show them what you had? And I was like, so when I hear the mumble rap, I'm like, yes, you were inspired by these people, but did you get into this to be like them or to give them you?
And you told me this, and this is how I know that you follow that, because even when I had did Shantae's room a month or two ago,
Yeah.
and I did my jokes, she was like, nigga, really? You doing PPP joke? If you don't get up there and talk about your life, nigga.
Because you're so funny.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I got a caveat for you, Doughboy.
Okay.
Got something for your ass.
Okay. Well, talk to me.
You always say, and we talked about this on the show before too, where you like, and I'll go up there and you do a lot of self-deprecation humor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny when you were fat,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not fat. So I challenge you
Okay.
to stop the food jokes. Let's see what you got.
You hear this nigga, Rashad? What else am I going to talk about? Huh?
The life. You can talk about, first of all, you have so much that we talk about on the show that doesn't have, it's like this.
Okay.
This is what you need to realize about yourself. People look at us a certain way.
Right.
When the donation sees Doughboy, they see a star. When Team CT sees CT, they see a star.
Right.
Once you get on stage and they see you as a star and you start bringing that light down, they're going to be looking like, oh, wow, this guy's hating on himself. I don't think he should be hateful. You know what I mean?
You're right. Okay. I'll take the caveat, but can I at least do, well, no more food jokes and no more fat jokes, but what about the jokes about losing weight and being in that weird stage?
Of course, that's amazing.
Okay, I could do that still?
But that's your truth.
Okay.
It's just like if you like, yeah, man, so, I don't even have an example.
No Subway cookies. Need some Subway cookies, huh?
You know what I
One
mean?
for 99 cents, 3 for $1. Yeah.
Because you got you talk about your daughter, you talk about your relationship. Speaking of which, how's the first lady of the donation?
Oh, Kiara? Oh. Wait, I don't know. Did not mean to say and Kiara. To say that wasn't actually. I said who?
Tony?
Who? Oh, Kiara. No, just okay.
Tony.
Tony is fine. We just been beefing a lot.
About what now?
It just seems as if we just bump heads a lot. And I've been meaning to tell you this. So I've been super, wait, side note, we totally fell off the T-Pain conversation. We'll get back to it.
Yes.
So put a pin in T-Pain because I want to talk about music and where it's at in this state.
Yeah.
But with her, I'm super sensitive. Let me show you how sensitive I am last night. I was offended from 2 seconds yesterday from you.
I did nothing to you yesterday.
So I show up to your house. You don't think, okay, just think about last night. You think anything that might have offended me?
The chip bag?
Yes. So I was just
Let's talk about
I'm
it.
that type of sensitive. So I go to CT's crib, right? He got what's the name of it now?
You talk about the room?
Your room.
It's called CT City.
CT City?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Pete, for those of you guys who are wondering, Doughboy, myself, Chaz is when we talk about you better go. You better go. You better go with that nigga's Chaz.
Go with that nigga's Chaz. That guy.
Chaz and a phenomenal writer, Miranda Bowens, right?
Yes.
So we all are, it's just, I guess we could call it a collective.
Yeah, a synergy of a team that we're trying to build.
That we're building as far as producing and selling movies and TV shows and all of that. And last night was our weekly meeting.
Right.
And Chaz doesn't show up. We're annoyed at Chaz. And while this is happening, I got snacks out. Well, actually, I take that back. I don't have snacks out. Doughboy comes to the crib.
Yeah.
We ain't in there for 6 minutes. He's like, hey, you got some chips, man? I say, yeah, Doughboy, just go upstairs. He gets the chips. You get you something to drink. No, he was like, yeah, you got some sodas too? And I was like, so forget water. Yeah, I got some sodas up there.
He was like, water, what's that? And why are you drinking it?
So you go get you some chips. You go get you some soda. You bring Miranda something. I'm chilling. Now I'm making a pitch for a movie. Ain't nothing in here. Did you get something in the bag?
Huh?
Give me a bag. So yeah, this is perfect. So I'm making a pitch for a movie that we should do. And while I'm talking, I'm literally like, yo, so this is what happens. This is woman, right? And as the woman is doing her thing, and then after that, right? And then the other woman, I say, hey, man, can you just hold tight on the chips until I finish this pitch? Because that bag is making a lot of noise. He's like, oh, yeah, my bad. And then I'm like, all right, cool. So she goes outside. And then when she goes outside,
you still heard
on
me
the low, right? Because I hear you.
Right.
So I say, Doughboy, bro. So you finish the chips. And then after you finish the chips, I'm like, do you be eating before you...
That's the thing that offended me.
Do you be eating bro.
Because I had someone's mom say that to me as a child. I went to their house. They were like, "Did he eat before he come over here?" I was like, "Yeah, but what's your point, bitch?"
You were killing these chips so hard and fast.
Right.
It was like Doughboy. Like this was my impression. This is what I mean. You were eating the chips so hard and so fast. I was like, he can't be this hungry, bro. Like, chips are supposed to be like,
No, but see, this is what you got to understand.
Yeah.
First of all, if CT City needs any renovations, we got to up your snack thing.
you want me to get a refrigerator?
Yes,
Okay,
and
got it.
come on, man. We grown men. What's up with these bite-sized bags of chips? What am I? I got to eat 8 bags to get my hankering filled. Like, what are you doing?
Here's what you got to
They're
do.
too little. Now I look greedy because I got to get 6 of them.
No. I need you to understand. The only beef that I had was one that you were doing while I was pitching. Because when you're pitching, it's quiet.
Right.
2, you had killed them so fast. It's like you hadn't even sat down. I was like
Like I wasn't even
Doughboy.
chewing them.
Because if you ever get a chance to eat with Doughboy, ladies and gentlemen, if the steak is this big, Doughboy will eat 3 bites and say, I'm full, and throw the rest of the steak away. So he doesn't eat a lot of food. And then you're also the guy that before you go anywhere, you be like, hey, can I bring anything? And you be like, bring some snacks. For me, I'm not saying for me, I'm saying for you. Bring some snacks.
But see, that's the thing. So ever since I've been taking my meds, for that pollen, not that bad.
Not that bad.
You understand? Ever since I've been getting that together, they told me this is gonna make you gain weight.
Uh-huh.
So the old school appetite that we all remember.
Oh, it's gone.
No, he's peeking back around that corner like,
Oh.
hey, big head. So I'm super I'm super sensitive whenever I'm eating. So now whenever I eat anything, I'm just like, what are you trying to say? I'm getting fat again. Just leave me alone. So it wasn't even that serious. You had just been like, hey, nigga, you didn't eat before you got there because I did. I ate a pork chop sandwich before I got there. But when I got there, I just wanted Cheetos.
You could not have eaten a sandwich before you got to my house the way you was eating them chips.
I had a sandwich with gravy on it. It's just, listen, man, I'm back in that water. I don't know how to get out.
No judgment ever. Wow. A sandwich with gravy on it?
Pork chop sandwich. Listen, man. So that's the thing. So I'm like super sensitive. So back to Tony, it's just like, I just think my sensitivity is just, it's just super. Okay, tell me if I'm overreacting.
Okay.
So we were just basically talking, and we were just like, we were watching something on TV, and something about New Jack City had come on, and we had seen Pookie. And she was just like, oh my God. Like, we were just like joking. I was just like, man, that's crazy. He was so normal. And then he's a crackhead now. And she was like, yeah, if you ever came home on crack, that would just be. And I was just like, oh, you'd leave me if I smoke crack? And then it like turned into an argument. So I don't know. And I think I was just being overly sensitive.
You about to develop a crack habit to test it?
We'll see about this.
Oh, I got you.
So we've just been having like a bunch of random arguments. But she's definitely doing good. But yeah, we just been arguing just over just dumb stuff.
Give me the question.
What was
the question?
Which question of what?
How you should respond.
To her?
No, the question, how should you respond if a girl approaches you?
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna skip the T-Pain thing?
Oh yeah, T-Pain.
We are all over the place.
What was my point?
We were talking about, this is just a random episode.
Oh.
So, okay.
Every episode is random.
Okay, it is. But no, with the T-Pain thing, and then we'll get to the question next.
Yeah.
So with the T-Pain thing, I do absolutely agree with him. I do think that.
Wow, I completely forgot.
Yeah. So I do think that music all sounds the same.
Yeah.
And I think that T-Pain has to be one of the greatest artists and one of the most completely ridiculously ridiculed artists of all time.
Yeah.
Because this is what I hate about it. People almost poked fun at him. Jay-Z made the death of auto-tune, and everybody kind of wrote him off when he was the dude that reintroduced the world to auto-tune. Like Roger and Zapp started it way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Those guys. When T-Pain came and was doing that, like Buy You a Drink, like he was doing some amazing things, and he was so good. People just hated him and was just like, oh, auto-tune is too much. Now everybody does auto-tune.
We gotta remember this. People think that auto-tune was the ticket to get a hit, when in actuality, he is also an amazing songwriter.
And he's an amazing singer.
And he's an amazing singer.
And he edits videos. I realized that once we shot the studio. He be editing videos. Like, he's one of the most talented people.
Here's the thing about T-Pain, though. people hate what they don't understand, and they make fun of things that are foreign to them, right? Hence the case of them being like, this guy's making auto-tune. That's not real. Let's write him off.
Right.
And it's like, I remember a point where T-Pain was all of the top 10 songs.
Oh, yeah.
He was on all of them. You don't get that just because of, I could do auto-tune. If that was the case, everybody has access to auto-tune and they would be on the charts as well. It's like, give this man his credit.
He mastered it. And what a lot of people don't give him credit for, when Kanye West did 808s and Heartbreak, a lot of that was influenced by rapper turned singer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got the scoop from talking to T-Pain. So if we ever get him on this podcast, we're gonna have that conversation.
T-Pain, man.
T-Pain, come on, man.
Come have a sit down, brother.
Come talk to your boys.
This
we got to talk about
is brilliant. And
Absolutely.
it's unfortunate that so many people, and there's a documentary on Netflix, it's not the history of music, it's something else.
Okay.
Where they dive into T-Pain's story, right?
It's amazing.
About auto-tune, right? I think it was called, he turned like, I got the answer. Scratching his ear.
He looked like T-Pain for a second. I was like, Teddy Bear.
So he literally talked about like, hey, this is how it actually happened. I needed something to come in the game, and I was different. If this doesn't show you how to come in the game and be different, nothing will.
Absolutely.
He came in sounding completely different than anybody else, and everybody wanted to work with him. Still does. So that in itself is proof that this brother has talent. Unfortunately, as artists, we're definitely sensitive.
Absolutely.
And if someone says that they don't like something, we take that to heart to a certain extent. And that can drive, depression, or in his case, Usher had said something that set him into a world of thought.
Absolutely.
That made him think like, wow, well, did I? And I love Usher. Usher is one of the go-to I don't think gets enough credit. They're always going to be like, no, minimize Usher because this other person is this. And it's like, bro.
And Usher was great since he was a kid.
Come on,
he
man.
came in the game super early. So, no, I think that T-Pain is definitely warranted, you know what I'm saying, in what he's saying. Like, and I feel like he's one of those dudes that has changed music. Like, everybody out here, they're little, they have his blueprint over them. Even the Young Thugs, like even the Little Babies, like all these dudes, are still kind of borrowing from that auto-tune, you know what I'm saying, rejuvenation that he brought. So
the question we need to ask is, how is it that so many of these little people are getting through the music break? I haven't seen a brother over 5'9" make it in 10 years.
Seriously.
Jeez.
And you know what? I wanted to say this too, because you had just said this. You were said like, people will hate what they don't understand.
Yeah.
So people were like, even though T-Pain was killing it, they kind of ridiculed him. You know another person that comes to mind?
Who?
When I think about that? Ja Rule. What 50 did to Ja Rule. He made everybody be like, niggas singing and sell like the Cookie Monster. And the next album, I take you to the candy shop. I was just like, wait, I thought you didn't like him.
That's the most brilliant move I've ever seen.
Bro.
50 Cent came in.
Bro.
And everything he made fun of Ja Rule about, he did in spades. And even doper, he made us look at that because we were all like, yeah, what would I be without you?
Bruh, and then he came.
Gone.
I think that there needs to be a deep dive, because if you're talking about rappers and battles and what they go through, that has to be the biggest defeat in a battle, because there just wasn't any more Ja. He made it uncool to like Ja, and Ja Rule never recovered.
I still like Ja Rule. Here's the thing I'll say. I love 50 Cent, but I still like Ja Rule. I'm not gonna not blast down for you, bro.
But you
ass chick.
But you ain't lit. But I feel like he even stopped making good. Did he even make any albums after that?
Here's the thing. This is what people forget. This is why 50 Cent's timing was impeccable. All right. 50 Cent came in at a time where Ja Rule and Murder Inc. Remember, he's CEO with Irv Gotti.
Right.
And around that time, they were being investigated.
Yeah.
And by them being investigated, that was a whole thing. They couldn't just make music and make hits. A lot of their stuff was frozen. So you got a time where your company is suffering. This guy launches an assault on you, and then you're being quiet because in your mind, you're like, he's not big enough for me to respond to, not realizing that there's a timing in hip hop.
And what's even wilder too, and this is to even talk to people that may feel like pushed around or blackballed in the game. So 50 was trying to get in the game for a long time. Yeah. From like 90, so he didn't really pop to like 02, right? But from like 99 to like 02, that's back with the serious reign of Murder Inc. And Irv Gotti is on record for saying, I blackballed 50 Cent into the
What?
best deal of his life because he was making phone calls to everybody. Like, if you mess with this dude, we ain't right. And they were so powerful, nobody would sign them. And so it wasn't until he got with Eminem and Dre, who really didn't care. And because you know what I'm saying? Like 50 was hot in the streets, but nobody would touch him. So sometimes you can get blackballed into a
success.
blessing.
So blackball into a blessing. I love that.
Yeah.
Better. So when you look at the timing of him saying, I'm not going to respond to this guy, he's gaining notoriety. He's gaining heat and popularity. And now when you're like, all right, I'm going to respond. And the clap back, now the beat was cold, but you weren't saying anything in comparison to what Wanksta had just done. So then here's another turn of events. After all of this is happening against Ja Rule, he does the movie The Cookout.
Oh.
Now, when he does the movie The Cookout,
And he probably had shot it prior to the
yes.
beef.
Well, he shot it during the beef
Okay.
because there was a moment in the movie where Ja Rule said, "Oh man, he acted like a wankster," and they looked at the camera like
Really?
like a fourth wall break.
Hilarious.
And I remember being in the theater and everybody was like,
Nah.
because you can't joke about it because it's
It's you. Dog, he called him a name that people ran with for that might be the biggest defeat
Called him a
ever.
wankster.
And then that started to be the word that was synonymous with being whack. So
Bro.
shout out to 50.
And
for
I
doing-
still love Ja Rule after that. And
Do
even
you
so,
though?
I do. I love his music.
Ah.
But I love 50 Cent. But then 50 Cent would go on for the next 20 years of doing the most petty stuff. Remember, he
would.
just bought tickets to his last show,
Just
the first two rows, so it was empty.
He's never. Now, we seen Gucci and Jeezy do a versus, and somebody died within that. Do you think 50 and Ja would ever do a
No.
versus?
I would love to see it.
I think that would be great for
That would
the
be
culture.
the greatest verses of all. Because here's the thing: when you watch Bow Wow and Soulja Boy's verses, they was talking like they weren't even friends.
Them niggas.
And then at the end, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You started it all. I love you, man. Doing your thing. Hey, Soulja, you came in, you a phenom. And I was like, where was
What
this energy
was it?
before?
Right.
Bro, because to be honest,
But they're both showmen.
both showmen.
Right.
Bow Wow killed it.
Mhm.
Soulja Boy is amazing.
Mhm.
He did everything first, and he played the same
What
song
is that?
3 times.
Everything first? That's like his new thing.
He's got proof.
Yeah, he do got them receipts.
He's got receipts. Speaking of which,
Okay,
right?
talk to me.
Some kids came up to the baby.
Okay,
Some kids came up to the baby.
they did.
They're trying to sell some candy.
Yes.
He said, how much you selling these for? How much you want?
I got the sound. You want me to play the sound
Play
on
the
this
sound.
one? Okay, cool. And then we still got to go back to that question too.
Yeah, we got to go to that question.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so here we go. This was what they said when they seen him. Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting I'm on airplane mode. Sorry about that.
We'll let her do it.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yeah, man. It's a cold game out here, man.
It is, man. Here we go. One more time.
What you charge for? I'm in $2, so add this up. How that's $200? I make $400 every day off donation. How much you want for your box? You made $400 off that? Yeah. And you sell them for $2? Yeah. So let's count it. Let's count it. It's 34 times. Exactly. What's 34 times 2, my boy? It
68.
ain't 200. That's 200.
Okay, so in long story short,
First of all, you got to know that math.
you're right. Yeah, it's a 68. So they tried to sell some candy to the baby.
Yeah.
They both had a box. So they see that he is the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked him, how much you want for the box? These Negroes say $200 for the box. He says, well, how much is it? He was going to buy the whole box.
Mm-hmm.
So then you don't have to sit out here and do this anymore. So, but now you see who he is, and now you see people whipping out their cameras,
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't give them the 200, and
Mhm.
then he just says, now I'm not even going to buy the whole box. And to teach y'all a lesson, now I'm going to just buy one from each of y'all from regular price, and you can sit out here and sell the rest because you tried to get over on somebody that was trying to do you a solid.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this? I'll start on this
Please.
first. These kids are ridiculous.
Yes.
This is like the same thing. I don't know if you remember, maybe like 6 or 8 months ago, same thing happened with Meek Mill. Some kids were selling some water, and he pulled over to buy some water from him, and he gave him like $20. for a couple of waters, and people are like, why wouldn't you give them more? Listen, when people, especially when people who, might have a lot of money or celebrities or whatever, people don't have to do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They are not obligated. They are not required. To me, that's a form of pocket watching. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to ask somebody, especially if it's, you know what I'm saying? Because I do have a soft spot in my heart because I get it. It's kids. But don't be sitting here trying to just take advantage because of somebody's stature or who they are, because that comes off as disingenuous and it's not really cool. Like, at the end of the day, if he wants to do something out the kindness of his heart and give you whatever he wants to give you, okay, let that be it. But don't sit here and block your blessing because you're trying to be greedy. I didn't like that at all. And I mean, hey, if nothing else, hey man, just if you buy one, hey man, can we get a picture with? I would have more understood that than you try. And then 200, like, that's a markup of ridiculous proportion. Like, if it was only supposed to be 68, like you're charging like 200% more than what this is, because what is that? 64 times 3 is that 172? Something ridiculous. So like that doesn't even make sense for somebody to do that. So I don't think that anybody should do that, and I don't really rock with it.
Here's the thing. I've seen several people's opinion on this. One comedian who posted about this, it angered me. Dave Getzoff, one of the homies, super funny. He's like, man, but he's spending, I've never heard his music. He's spending this much money on jewelry and bragging about doing this and bragging about doing that. You can't just give these kids a lot of money. And it's like, listen, man, you're missing the point.
Right.
The first thing that he did was say, hey, how much are these, you selling them for? We're selling them $2 a piece. We got 36 of them. All right, well, how much is that? And he give the wrong number, 200. Listen, man.
You think I'm stupid?
I'm not about to let you take advantage of me, even if I got all the money in the world. It's like, now what could have happened and what always happens when kids be like, oh man, just give me $20, you can have a whole box. All right, bet. Here's $6,000, young man.
Go do it then what you will.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? Because you came at me genuine. I see you out here working. It's hot outside. You're trying to do your thing. Good luck. Hey, let's also get a picture together. But since you're trying to play me,
no, it's not.
I'm going to pay you the same thing that you're charging every other regular person that comes by. And this will teach you, don't try and get over on people because you just blocked your blessing. It's not so much that I can't afford to give you this, or I'm spending $10,000 in the club, or I'm buying this watch.
That's irregardless to everything.
Definitely not a word. That's any outside of that. These is my money.
These are my money. These are my money.
These are my money. And you don't have the authority to tell me what I should spend it on anyway.
Exactly.
And and then a week later, Soulja Boy sees a kid selling candy, and he's like, hey man, how much? Different kids.
Right.
Kids is like, oh man, for the whole box it's like $30, man. He's like, all right, cool. Here's a stack. Chipped him off right outside the jewelry store, because those kids learned from the mistakes of the other kids.
Exactly.
So these kids help change the world.
That's the thing that I think that people, because this is what they also got to understand. If you get over on the baby, you know what I'm saying, then if you do that, then the next kids that come up to him, so much like the kids with Soulja learned a lesson, if he didn't do it to these kids, then the next kids are going to think when they see Soulja, oh, tell him 300. And then they're always going to think that they could get over on somebody. And I just don't feel like that's right. And I don't feel like it's right for people to criticize celebrities and what they do with their money. I genuinely...
The other kid literally was like, he tried to get the other kid a chance. He was like, how much you want? And he was like, 200. It's like, yeah, I just played yourself.
And then you got $2. Like, and what is the purpose of that?
And you ain't get a picture. And you got made fun of on the internet.
It was a lose-lose.
Because it was a 50-50 in the comments. People were like, he shoulda. And then the other people was like, he taught them kids the game.
But take me back. But take me back to 13-year-old CT.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm selling this on for regular price, because my goal isn't to get this. Okay. My goal has never been to eat for the day. My goal has been to eat for the year. So if I'm a kid selling candy, which I've always done that, I used to sell candy in high school. My thing was, all right, cool, I got Airheads. My mom would take me to like Sam's Club or what Costco is.
Oh, you really was selling, you was a candy man.
Yeah, I was a candy man, bro. I also used to end up selling burned CDs. I made
You a CD man?
I probably made just as much money off Usher Confessions as he did. Anyway,
never would have paid you for CD man.
Always sold stuff. I've always been a salesman as far as being a kid, because it was a way to make quick money, and I didn't want to keep asking my parents for money. But my point is, we would go to Sam's Club, which is looked at as Costco. Same thing. Sam's Club, Costco. We would go get a box of Airheads. I might have had like 30. I would charge, I'd be like, yo, give me $25 per airhead, or you know what I'm saying, I give you 5 for $1.
Okay.
Then it was like, that's undercutting your competition because the competition is selling them 50 cents for an airhead or whatever, and I'm making more off of a box. And then I take the money that I made that cost the box, which might have been like $7, buy another box, and I'm making all profit, right? So then sometimes you can eat your own supply as a chubby kid, you feel me? So
I had stories like that.
you feel me?
Right.
So as a kid, I would sell this candy, and it's like, I would have people come to school be like, okay, how much for the whole box? They're like, man, give me $20. And they'd be like, all right, cool. If I'm the kid that is talking to a big famous rapper and he's like, how much you want for the whole box? Man, give me $10, man. But do me a favor. Can I get a picture with you and maybe, I don't know, pop by the studio sometime? I do music, bro.
Wow.
Oh, man, how old are you, man? Hey, man, I'm 12, bro, but I got dreams and I'm trying to do something. I don't just want this money. I want the long money.
So you already knew the power of the relationship back then.
Yes.
And that was so dope that you were using drug dealer logic for candy.
Well, I mean, that's how you look at it.
If more people would do that, it'd be less niggas locked up.
Bro, but the candy game in high school, much like a lot of the high school kids know, the candy game is crazy.
It's much more lucrative and safer than drugs. Ain't
It's
nobody
very
gonna
safe.
shoot you over no
But the
pixie
school
sticks.
will see you selling candy, but like, you can't sell, so you got to sell it on the low.
Really?
It's literally like drugs.
Damn. And
But-
you were selling that and CDs.
Yeah, man. CDs came right after the Airheads. I would do both. I'm like, yo, get a CD, I give you an Airhead.
You was really out here enterprising.
Great deals. But
I think it was Nino Brown.
great deals. So when you look at short money, you're always
Right.
gonna get short results. It's like, yo, man, I'll give you the box. Can I pop by the studio and get on a track with you? Can I
Right.
get you to give me a drop and say how dope of a rapper I am? Let's get this picture and post on the ground. Would you be able to repost it? Give you the whole box. I don't care. Because that to me is worth so much more. Now, at the very least, another rapper, like, oh man, my boy doing music. Now you got a little bit of street cred, which might get your song played in the club if you got one.
And he would probably look at you like, man, this little kid's all right, man. Because a lot of times they
And
see
take the money.
Exactly. And he'll probably chip you off. And he's probably like, this kid reminds me of me.
Take my manager's number, bro. Hey, hit him up, man. When we in town, you got to open for us.
See?
Can I open for you, bro?
See?
Like, the possibilities are endless. Stop being short-sighted. And even if you don't rap, you know somebody who does.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't benefit you, something else will benefit you down the line. Because again, your blessings don't come from people.
Stop trying to eat for the day.
Eat for
and
the year,
for
bro.
the year.
Come on, man.
So let's go back to something that you said a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So this was one of the stupid arguments that me and Tony had.
Okay.
It was just ridiculous. So
You've been messing up a lot of words.
I have. So basically what she said was this. She asked me a question. Didn't know it was a TikTok challenge at the time. She was like, bae, if a woman comes up and tries to get at you, how are you going to respond? One of two ways, and you can only respond in one of two ways.
Okay.
The first way is, hey, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship, so I can't even entertain that. That's one way. The second is, no, I'm not interested, no, not interested. So not even giving up your status, nothing, just no, I'm not interested, peace. Which one would you pick? So let's just say if a woman comes up to you right now, she's in, your situation, your life, and she's like, hey, CT, I'm trying to, holler. What are you saying? Are you saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'm married, I can't, do all that? Or no, I'm not interested. Which one do you think?
I'm going to look her in her eye and I'm say, I'm married.
You gonna hit her with the small pause? Like,
No, I'm going to say I'm married because women, okay, I'm going to say I'm married, but thank you so much, right? Because what women don't realize is there are so few women who approach men that when you say, hey, no, thank you, that could destroy her from talking to any other guy. I want you to know the reason that I'm not going to give you the attention. I'm married, but thank you for even coming up to your boy, right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
And see, I did the same thing. I said, I would say, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship. Apparently, that is wrong. And we as men are wrong for that because you're not supposed to give a woman any hope of any kind and it shouldn't matter. So basically how women perceive that is that they're basically saying, oh, well, if I wasn't in a relationship, this could probably happen. And so they don't even want us to do that. So we genuinely went back and forth with this. I was just like, well, look, because much like you, I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not a confrontational person like that. And then plus, like you said, like women don't just be coming up to me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes, but
not
you know
to
what
you,
I'm
I'm
saying?
talking about overall.
Right. And so it's like, if a woman musters up enough courage to who am I to sit? You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, but I don't understand why we're wrong as men. Rashad, how would you answer that? Same way.
Yeah.
So men we're on the same page with this.
Here's the thing. This is why
But did it get us crucified with
Tony
women?
is wrong. Tony is a liar if she would say that this wouldn't happen. Guy comes up, hey, what's up, baby girl? You know what I'm saying? Heard you be making ribs from scratch. heard y'all here making that mac with that cheese. You feel me? What's cracking? And she says, no, thank you. I'm not interested. His next response is going to be, oh, my bad. Do you have a man? Then she's going to say, yes, I do. Then he's going to be like, all right, cool. However, under her logic, she should say, no, thank you. I'm not interested. Oh, my bad. What, you got a man or something? No, thank you.
But see, she's like that.
I'm not interested.
She's really
and
like
that way. He would be like, "Oh, okay. Well, she's completely not interested. I have no hope." But she would definitely say, "I do have a man."
I can back her up for this. She will say, "No, I'm not interested." If they circle back and say something, she'll block them.
I'm not talking about online. I'm talking about in person.
Well, yeah, I don't know what she
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What the hell was she doing in person?
Because no woman is going to. I'm not going to say no woman. I can't generalize. Very few women are going to say no, thank you. I'm not interested. And then when he asks, "Do you have a man?" will she not answer him? Yes, I do have a man.
Well, I think
which goes back to her original point for saying you're wrong.
But see, I think that because we were talking about that, when we were talking last night, I think that what women think is that when they say, no, I'm not interested, that's supposed to just give you the hint to just leave it alone. Then if you circle back with it again, then they'll tell you that. But they still won't apologize for it. They still won't be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I haven't. It's never that. But men apparently will apologize. And apparently women really think we ain't shit when we do that.
Let them think it. I'm still going to be collecting these compliments from these ladies.
I'm not going to not do that. I'm just like, nah, if a woman comes up, so ladies, if y'all do holler, I'm going to say, hey, I'm sorry. But I'm engaged.
If Tangerine is around, I'm going to say, hey, you filthy Jezebel, you get from around here, don't you come back. But if I'm on my own, I'm going to be like, I'm married.
Hold on.
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
We had two more things on here.
Go ahead, man.
And we could talk about both. We got a few minutes, or you got?
Man.
Okay.
This is his last day. He don't give a fuck.
Okay, cool. We have to make sure. Okay, so let's go on this one because we just said one about that. So The Game, great rapper. He's in my top 5, right?
Oh, okay.
He says,
West Coast.
He says, and I quote, "Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something." What are your thoughts about that? Now, we're not talking about boys. We're not talking about, parental, no, we're talking about grown men out here in the world. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like D.L. Hughley said it first, but I couldn't find it. However, I wholeheartedly agree. You're a man isn't loved unconditionally unless it's by a dog or by a child.
That's a fact.
You got to understand that.
That's absolutely true.
A woman is loved unconditionally if she's a wife, a girlfriend, a mother, a daughter, a sister, whatever. So you're not unconditionally loved as a man unless it's by your mother, unless it's by a sibling, a dog, or a child.
Right.
You have to provide something. These are just the facts. If you stop providing whatever is holding the relationship that you built up foundation, the love will not be there.
That's a lot of pressure because I believe in the same way. And I also believe that sometimes that ain't even enough to get you unconditional love. So it's like, I feel like that's the only thing that might get it for you.
A dog and a baby.
It might dissipate as well.
And don't let that bomber be talking trash about the daddy to the baby. Then the baby gonna stop loving
Come
you.
on, you already know.
That dog ain't gonna never stop.
I'm telling you, man, because I ain't gonna lie. Father's Day, listen, it is no shade, no shade to Tony or Kiara, but I was just like,
what they get you? Now, before you tell me that,
no, because I gotta take it wrong.
No, you gonna tell the truth on here.
Right.
Before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, Doughboy likes to make a big deal out of a lot of things.
I do.
Doughboy says to me, hey man, I'm turning my phone off on Father's Day. The girls got something planned for me and I'm spending all day with them. Don't you fix your fingers to type my phone, all right? I'll talk to you on Monday. That's what you told me. So here we are. What they do for you for Father's Day?
I mean, okay. So I love whatever they do.
Of course,
anything.
what they do.
You know, well, I ain't tripping. Kiara don't watch the show, so she ain't gonna see this.
Kiara don't support you like that.
So, okay.
You got
So-
that money that
She mad at me now. She's
I
mad
want a
at
Jamaica.
She's mad at me tonight, right now. So, but okay, so okay, so I have a video for a song that I did called
Uh-huh.
"Be Offense." Right,
Yep.
this is one of my gospel records. So, like, they redid the video, and Kiara was rapping it, and I was just like. Like, it was just, but it wasn't just, it was just, okay. Like, okay. Because listen, because you have to listen. It's not like Kiara just super loves the song.
Yeah.
She don't really know the words, and you can tell. And so you can see her, and so you see, bro, I can show it to you. It's like, it's just a bunch of cut shots because you know she don't know the words, or it's just like,
She didn't take the time to learn.
she don't know the words. And I love Kiara. Kiara, you know I love. And so, and Tony cut the video, so I'm just like, and so they play it for me. I'm just like, all right. So,
And then what?
and then they had like got me like a chain and a watch, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they had got me like, and
Where's the chain?
Huh?
Where's the chain? Where's the watch?
It's at the house.
You don't.
No, you do that, you son of a bitch. I like the chain and the watch. Stop it, Rashad. It's the first time I've seen you smile in 4 episodes. Nigga, relax.
I'm only asking because I'm watching you wear a chain.
Nah, this is my Murphy shit, man. I wear that when I go out. It's a casual set. So, and then it was like, like a it was just, and then it was like a card, and then it was like I had asked for like, a special meal, and it just kind of, it just wasn't hitting to say.
What'd they cook for you?
I wanted smothered pork chops, and it was just like, it wasn't the 4th of July. It wasn't her Sunday best. It wasn't. But I overall just felt like it was just whatever. I just kind of felt like as a father, I just kind of felt like they was like, all right, here.
God bless you.
Like,
boy.
you know what I'm saying? I just kind of felt like they were just like, all right, here's some stuff. So yeah, I do believe that. And I do believe that, men don't really get super, but it's cool though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be tripping. Like, I know they love me, but I just feel like men overall don't really get that type of
Let me hit
appreciation.
you with this though, boy. Speaking of your Father's Day, you deserve so much. And I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, you provide
man.
for these girls.
You see?
You can't take the time to learn my
Hey, man,
lyrics.
hold on, man. I low-key want you to sit, because then I was just sitting there like, and that probably would have made me feel 10 times better if
If she learned the lyrics.
there was a lot of this. And I know, because I done shot videos. I was like, oh, nigga.
And then the fact that you
Bro.
aren't even wearing the watch shows that you don't like the watch.
I like the watch.
You not wearing the chain. You rather
No,
wear
you
your
ever
earthly
say
chain.
something with a question mark? I like the watch. I like it.
I like it.
Nah, but I think it was because I had been asking for a watch for like 2 years.
Did you say the type of watch you wanted?
I just was like, I want to watch. And and then when 2 years, it's just like,
This is what you come up with?
you had 24 months? I'm gonna get demonetized in the house when they see this episode.
Let them see it. And we're not editing nothing out. I don't even want to hear
Rashad,
it.
man,
no.
you don't get me canceled at home.
You better not edit
Make
nothing.
me look good in post, nigga.
Here's the thing. You have to be specific in everything that you want.
Right.
When you say, I want to watch, tell your lady what type of watch you want. When you say, hey, because you didn't ask for the performance. That's what's even crazier that you got that performance. When
I
you
was
say,
genuinely watching it like, why?
Mother pork chop. If it wasn't the meal she cooked for us that day, you better just order out. I ain't gonna be mad at you.
But it took
get
some
me
crab
smothered
legs, right.
pork chops. Then the chain. What does the chain look like?
It's a gold chain.
What is this again that you're
This is
wearing?
rose quartz, man. This is about self-acceptance.
No, what is it? What kind of?
I don't know.
It's like
sterling silver.
no, not like the chain, the piece. Like what material is the stone?
Rose quartz.
No, I know, but I mean like never mind. Okay, so that you feel is better than a gold chain and the watch.
But it ain't like that though.
When is Tony's birthday?
September 3rd.
Okay, so her birthday is after yours, which means you get another opportunity for them to right this wrong.
Yeah.
So what do you want for August 21st, which is your birthday? What do you want?
A drum set.
You want a drum? Why do you want a drum set?
I'm a whole drummer, nigga. You didn't know this? This is where I started off my musical roots.
Doughboy.
You know all fat niggas got pocket. All fat niggas either can play drums or cut hair.
That's true. That is true.
It's a whole thing. So,
But I mean, are you going to be able to play the drums?
no, but it's
loud like
it's an
that?
electronic drum set.
So you can do it in headphones.
In my headphones. So
Oh,
I could
great.
just, I want that. And I want to go to Six Flags and ride a roller coaster, but I mean, I'm gonna have to get this diet in order. Ain't nothing they gonna be able to do gonna give me on that. And I can't blame them for that. I can't be looking over like ain't no clicking. Why did you redo my song?
He said she rapped and she
She didn't know the words. I wouldn't have been just, she was just dancing and shit. I was just like, and you know, I had my grill in, so she had put some foil in her mouth to have a grill. I was like, okay. Okay, guys. Like,
You can't be impressed.
and then it was, and then Tony tried to brag about it. She was like, yeah, you know, I had made this Thursday, and you know, it was ready by Sunday. I'm like, no shit. Like, okay, I'm gonna get my ass.
No, it's a rap. But you know, never feel bad about speaking your truth. Because this is what people don't know. This is why this episode is so funny to me. Tony, God bless her heart, makes the thumbnails for the show.
Oh, you already know this.
We're in a group chat.
This is finna
It's
get ugly.
Doughboy, Tony, and myself. And she is about to be pissed.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to bat for you, baby girl. I think you did great. I think you killed it.
Okay, I'll show you this video and then we'll see if that's how you really
No,
feel.
hold on. Let me go back to your birthday because she hit me, right? She hit me for your, right before Father's Day.
Mhm.
Tony, this is crazy, bro. Hold on. What is okay. Let me scroll up. Father's Day was in June. Man, what day was Father's Day?
June 14th or something to that effect.
Okay. Let me go to, where is the message? This is hilarious, by the way, but pull up the video.
Okay, if I can even find it.
You deleted it? It ain't in your favorites folder?
Oh, shit. If I can't find it, then that's really finna be a problem. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. Let me see. It was around June. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Is this? Okay, so it would need to be.
I can't find it.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Man, we realized we don't want to smoke. Anyway.
So yeah, man, you know, but this has been, you know, an eventful episode,
This
you know,
is the
25.
littest episode ever.
We're trying to get to, you know, episode 26.
Not 100.
I just got awkward in there.
26.
So yeah, man, it's water in this bottle and shit.
I'll tell you this. I had to watch what I would say about Tangerine specifically because I'm like, yeah, she be watching the show. She watches every episode. I
I'm
love
finna
my
get
wife.
cooked for
She's
this one.
such an amazing woman.
I'm finna get cooked for this
Best
one. But
thing
hey,
that's ever
man,
happened to me.
but you shut your ass.
She's so incredible. She's such an angel.
Let's go eat after this, man.
Nah.
Oh man,
You
all right.
come back to the house and kick it though.
Nah, man, get more chips first.
Literally, there's a box of chips.
Yeah, they got to eat like 13 packs to get my fix in there.
I'm sorry. Am I responsible for feeding you? I didn't realize
Yes.
this. Your stomach
Stipulations
ain't
on that.
nothing but that big, and I gotta fill it up.
I have been Doughboy.
It's your boy CT.
And this has been another episode of Just Us League Podcast. Next week,
Just Us League podcast.
this was absolutely my favorite episode.
Hilarious.